And thank you very much for returning to the Cherno Journo channel. This one is a different interview because I, for the first time, get to interview someone who is much more famous than me. This is Ngotie from the very famous tactical team of the Squad. Most of you would have seen the Squads play before. Ngotie is well known for the NorthWest Airfield and the shenanigans that go on over here. So this was the chosen place for our interview location. So I thought that for sure this would be the first one where I would actually lose an interviewee, but we'll see what happens next. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Lava from the WPP who organised the interview for me, so thanks very much, Lava. And here is the Cherno Journo interviewing Ngotie.
Boo.
Oh, boo yourself, you definitely got the jump on me that time. Oh, I can't see where you are. Ngotie? Oh, there you are, coming out of the shadows. Hello, Ngotie!
Hello.
So, Ngotie, thank you very much for interviewing with the Cherno Journo. We're out here at the NorthWest Airfield, a not usually very safe location, but you've got a big gun, so I'm hoping we'll be okay. And you're, of course, well known in the Squad for your tactical gameplay, and you put out some really great content, really great videos, but what we don't see are the mistakes. So can you tell me about any of those times that you've made mistakes? I'm assuming you have made mistakes, of course.
Oh yeah, I've made plenty of mistakes. We're human after all. We always make mistakes. It's how do we come back from them?
Well, how about telling us one of those stories of the mistakes that we probably haven't seen before?
Yeah, there's one. There's a big mistake. It's when I first met the rest of my group, Freddie and Chris and Paul. My first day out with them was on an evening raid to this location we're at the moment, NorthWest Airfield, and we were coming over the South Mount, and we had no night vision. We were relatively fresh spawns without any gear, and we were crawling over towards the South Mount, towards South Barracks, where we could spot zombies. We knew there were players there, but we just couldn't see them. And then, out of nowhere, a Huey appeared with a searchlight. Appeared from the north, came from the North Barracks, and we were all led down, prone, not wanting to reveal ourselves. And I had this stupid idea of, yeah, let's shoot at the helicopter. Yeah, but it turns out that this helicopter was piloted by, let's say, a rival team, a hated team, a team that we, as a group, we tend to, yeah, we're bandits in a sense, but we only tend to shoot at players that are an immediate threat to us. And if they're in a certain area, if they're in the northwest part of the map, they're usually fair game. We never go back to the coast and hunt French spawns. That's not what it's about for us. We get the thrill of the hunt of hunting good players, and they tend to be around the northwest part of the map, Starry, the airfield. Yeah, and it turns out this night that our most hated opponents, our rivals, so to speak, were here in a Huey, better geared than us with night vision. And I had the stupid idea of let's shoot at the helicopter. And you could tell in Freddie's voice at the time, I said let's shoot at the helicopter, and in his voice, I remember it clear as day, like it was yesterday, he said, "Are you sure about this? Are you sure?" I went and did it anyway. And, as soon as that happened, they dropped two guys out of the helicopter. They landed about 200 meters away at the South Barracks. And it turns out that they had the whole team had night vision and better gear, so we suddenly got flushed out and killed. That was my first ever play with Freddie. I'm surprised he wanted me back after that, but he did. He saw the funny side of it in the end.
And so, as you say, they were better geared and they pretty much flushed you out and killed you. So how did you feel at that point when basically the whole squad was killed because of your mistake?
It was just the rush of the moment. I thought we could... I just overestimated my opponent. Oh, sorry, underestimated my opponent. It's just silly. Just one of those things.
And of course, you're well known for the tactical group play. Do you think that that particular play style has any advantages or disadvantages compared to the lone wolf or solitary play style that most people end up playing with?
There's definite advantages being a lone wolf, because I think you're more careful when you're on your own. You weigh up the situation more. You take your time and you think about it. When you play with a group, you tend to get over cocky. You get overzealous and tend to you have a tendency to make the silly decision when you're with a group because you're just overconfident. And you think, no one can take me out. I'm with all these great guys, but trust me, there's been plenty of times where people watch our videos and think we're invincible. We're not. For every video that you see of us putting out great content of winning, there's been countless times where we've just got absolutely destroyed and we're back on the beach like the rest of them, like everybody else.
Well, as you say, obviously sometimes overconfidence can get the better of you. Have you got an example perhaps of a time where you and the squad have underestimated an opponent and I guess somehow not come out on top when you've battled against them because of that overconfidence that you spoke of before?
It was 5 of us. There was 5 of us and we were doing a standard patrol of the NorthWest Airfield, pretty much gearing up. And it was night time, by the way. It must have been about 8 o'clock at night. Sun was setting, so it was dark, but it wasn't quite dark. Seriously dark. You could just see him. I think we were coming in from the northwest part of the NorthWest Airfield near the industrials, and we were making our way around to the North Barracks. And as we got to the North Barracks, we noticed that we had some peripherals to the east. And as you might know, there's a day stand out to the east. Yeah, there's zombies out towards the day stand east of the airfield. So we headed over to check it out, and indeed there was a player there. But he engaged us first, which totally threw us off, because when you're with a group of 4 or 5 players and one guy engages you, you're either thinking this guy's either stupid or he has nothing to lose, or he's a good player, and it turns out it was mainly the latter, because this guy engaged us, immediately took out one of our guys, bang, gone, dead. We're down to 4, yeah. We were down to 4, and he immediately started running. And when you see something like, if you see like in the wild, if a tiger sees something move, anything, if you make a sudden movement, he's going to go, he's going to pounce. And this is what we were like, oh, we saw him running away, we were mad because he killed one of our players, our fellow friends, and we just streamlined straight after him, bolted straight after him. We were running while shooting, and I think, yeah, he led us down the hill towards the barn east of the airfield. Thinking back, it was just perfect. What he did was perfect. He led us into the woods where our numbers of 4 versus 1 were just meaningless. It didn't really matter because it was hard to spot him, and as you run into the woods, it's a lot easier seeing a group come towards you as you're looking out of the woods. So we had the whole dark light thing working for us. And as we ran into the woods, he killed another 2 of us. So it's down to 2 versus 1 now, and I was getting so annoyed. I said, I can't die now. This is going to be embarrassing. This is pathetic. What's going on? This firefight was going on through the woods, and as he was coming out the other side of the woods, one of my fellow players actually hit him, and it caused him to dive behind a wall, just leaving the other side of the woods. And but in the process, the guy, my friend who shot him, also got shot. So he was down on the floor, screaming for a blood bag, screaming for a bandage, because he's going to bleed out at any second. But I don't know where this guy is. I didn't know he'd gone behind the wall. And I'm panicking. It's just me versus him. If I don't get this, if I don't do something quick, do I bandage this guy? Do I bandage my friend? Do I go for the blood bag, or do I wait? Because it's whether making that decision, is he going to survive? And I just told my friend, have you got a steak? Have you got food? And he did. He had lots of steaks. So I just said, spam that steak, eat it all. He got enough blood back from those steaks that he had time to bandage himself, so I didn't have to come out of my cover which in the end turned out to be the right move because he popped his head up out of the wall because he had to bandage because he was bleeding from my little gunfight he had with my friend, and fortunately that was enough time for me to pick him off. But that was a story of do not underestimate your enemy. Even though we won in the end, we came out with 2 players. He managed to kill 3 of our guys. He would have killed us. It was just super good from him. We just overestimated the situation and got cocky and taught us a lesson. Never underestimate your opponent.
Well, yes, that was certainly an interesting kill. What about your first murder? Do you remember the first time you had to kill a player in DayZ?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. My first ever kill was with, funnily enough, most people say my first ever kill was with a hatchet or a Makarov or a Lee Enfield. My first ever kill was with a 107. Because I'd watched the squad's videos, and that's how I got into, and like Chris and Fred's videos, that's how I got into DayZ. Like, I'm sure many other players out there did. I already did a lot of research on how the best way to get to the airfield because all their videos were from around the airfield. I just, as soon as I got into the game, I ran through. I think I spawned on just outside Cherno. I ran through Cherno, picked up the basics, and just straight lined as the crow flies to the NorthWest Airfield. And I was just lucky enough to find a downed helicopter near the 2 hangars behind us, the 2 north hangars. It was bang in the centre of them. I was hoping, thinking, yeah, there'd be no guns there, because it's on the airfield and I'm about to die, but is that risk-reward thing again? And luckily there was a M107 there waiting, 50 cal sniper rifle. And I exited the airfield and made my way up onto the northwest hill, no, the west hill, where I'm facing now. That looks in towards the fire station. I was thinking of, this is brilliant, I found a sniper rifle, I want to show it to everybody. That was also playing shortly, they were currently downloading the game. But as soon as I was about to log off, I spotted a guy at the barn just outside the wall at South Barracks. And that poor guy was just, I think he only had a Winchester and a standard backpack, and I just couldn't wait to use it. So I just lined him up, used the old mill dot to find out the dual ring sealed correctly, just put one straight between his, straight into his chest, and down he went. Brilliant. The sound it made was just, like, I don't think I'd heard the 107 go off in any of the squad's videos, so it's quite a surprise, but it's a bit of a rush. I think I felt a bit of guilt killing him, but just the rush of finding the weapon that I hadn't seen before and got my first kill, all within the space of 20 minutes. It's really good.
Well, and Ngotie, it certainly was one of the more unusual first murder stories, so thank you very much for sharing it with the Cherno Journo channel. And thanks for coming on board. I really thought you had some great stories, so thanks for sharing them with us.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, we made it through without either of us getting killed. That's great.
Yeah. My airfield.
And that was my interview with Ngotie. This is the Cherno Journo. Out.